Hey, I think we're live. I'm gonna go with the fact that we're live. I can't quite see us yet on Instagram, but it looks like we're about to be live on Instagram. Happy New Year.
All right, we're good. I'm on YouTube, and then it's just us two, so we're good. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's just us
I
two.
love that. Okay, amazing. And I'm seeing us on Instagram. It's still the layout looks weird, but we're gonna go with that for a second. Happy New Year to you, twins. How are you?
I am wonderful. Yourself?
I still can't believe it's 2026. Like, and maybe it's because I didn't have any kind of fanfare to get rid of 2025. Like, I really just was at home. Like, there was absolutely no fanfare. So
Hmm.
maybe in my mind, because there was no fanfare, but it's just like, where did 2025 even go? Like, where did it go?
But also too, hey, listen, it's 2026, season 9, episode 1, on day 1.
On day one?
Come on now, come now.
That's so fun. I was like, how did that even work out? I was like, it is so funny how that ended working out, but I love it. So, for those of you who are going to be joining us tonight, this is our new season. And this new season is going to basically be called No Delusions because we have to get rid of some of the delusions that we have in dating and in relationships and in marriages because it is important that we start living in the reality of where we are. And I know that one of my difficulties is like saying, hey, this is what dating is now, as opposed to thinking about what dating was before I got married, or when I was married, or when my husband was courting me, and trying to mesh the reality of today with
Right.
yesteryear. I don't know if you have those issues, twins, as a man, in terms of thinking about what we were back in the day versus what we are now. Happy New Year, Jeff. Happy New Year.
Big salute to Jeff. How you doing, sir? Thank you for taking the time to join us on this New Year's Day.
New Year's Day.
Yes, yes, yes.
I
Okay.
love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, again, my New Year's was boring. What did you do, twins?
So we had a little get together here, a PJ adult
Oh,
party.
love that for you.
So, had some drinks, some food. It was good.
And
I crashed out probably around 1:30. They was up to like 4:30. Couldn't do it.
he said, "I'm good." Have you been working? You didn't work this. Did you work this week?
Oh yeah, I worked this week. Today's what, Thursday? Yeah, so I worked Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monday and Tuesday I worked. I've been off
Okay. That's
so Wednesday, Thursday. I don't go back to work till
su-
Monday. So yeah, a
such a
little
hardworking man. Good for you. I've been off since the 19th.
I know, I remember.
Yeah, but then I got sick.
Oh
So, like,
man. Oh darn, that sucks. I'm sorry.
you know what?
Darn it. Oh man.
Okay,
It's
I
off.
did get sick. I'm still getting over this cold. This flu bug, guys, that is going around. Protect yourself from it. What I will say is that my routine of, eating healthy, getting ginger and lemon and all of those things in me, I think is helped to mitigate how bad it
Hmm.
could have been, because some people are actually on their entire face right now with this thing, and mine hasn't been as bad. So, God bless, everyone who is going through it. I wish you the best. I'm still recovering, but I mean, again, if I was going to get sick, I guess when I was off for 2.5 weeks makes a lot of sense. I'm back in the office on Tuesday. I should be back to 100% on Tuesday, but it has also been very cold in Toronto. The wind is insane. Winds up to like minus 18 to minus 20. It just, yeah, I've been trying to escape out of here, but it's not working. So here I am.
The weather here has been a little in the Georgia a little crazy. Like last week.
Really?
Yeah. So last week it was in the 70s. So last week, like a week from today, it was like 74, 72, 70, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And Monday, Tuesday it was freezing, like 40, 40. And then now today it was high 60.
You guys must be getting some of the cold air that's coming in the east because it is insane here, and I think New York has been pretty similar. But oh well, you know what? We're here. We're live. We made it. Hallelujah. We made it. We made it into another year.
Yes.
And to start off the new year right, I have a confession.
Mm.
I have a confession, guys. I failed staying off of online dating sites. I failed. I'm back on.
Mm.
I have decided to forego the matchmaker for now. And I had a whole conversation with myself and my dead daddy. Don't ask; it's a whole thing. And we went and said, let's give it one more chance with a little bit more intentionality in terms of how I write my profile, all of those different things, what I will entertain, what I will not entertain. So this is like my last go around, but I am giving it one more chance. But I had to confess to you guys because you guys saw me dramatic. Because you know I'm freaking dramatic, right? You
Mm.
guys saw me dramatically delete it, and now I am back on. So that's because I have hope for love. I have hope. I don't want to give up hope. So
So, can people know which app that you back on? So if they want to.
Facebook dating. I'm on Facebook dating. I can't do the multiple apps. Like I'm not interested in Bumble. I'm not because Bumble requires the women to reach out first. Never me. That's that whole feminist concept of Bumble. Like like miss me with that. Tinder. We all know what Tinder is about. Hinge is maybe the only other option I would consider, but I can't manage multiple dating sites at once. So I stick with one.
Okay.
If it doesn't work, maybe I'll go over to Hinge and see. But I said I'm going to give it at least for the first quarter of this year, from now to March, to see what happens.
Okay. Okay.
So
Well,
that is my confession. I'm honest with you guys. I'm honest.
I have no confession though, but recommendation, fellas out there, I would definitely recommend Hinge. Hinge was definitely a good quality of woman that I ran to on that app.
I love that. I love that. Maybe oh God, my hair is a whole mess. Maybe I will get on Hinge. I mean, Facebook dating I think is simple, and I guess what I like about Facebook dating is it does say what friends you potentially have in common. And so if need be, you can hit up one of those friends
Eh,
and get and get some idea about the person, about whether or not it what do they know about them, that type of stuff. So that part I like.
okay.
It's like somebody can vouch for the person or say, run girl, run.
Well,
So that's a good option.
I mean, just like jobs, right? We talk about jobs and relationships all the time. So you get
Yep.
a recommendation from a friend. Hey, I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Yep, I get a quick referral, or I get especially the people who know me, where they're like, yeah, nice guy, but not for you. Like he just is not like for what you're looking for.
Right.
I would say no. So I do like that about Facebook date. And again, I'm gonna give it one more hearty try, and then if it doesn't work out, then I'm gonna really go back. It will be spring would have sprung, and then I can go back to old fashioned, just meeting people in person, which I probably should be doing. Anywho, so guys, we thought we're not going to stay long with you guys tonight, but we thought as it is the beginning of 2026, I'm going to have to keep saying that since it's the beginning of 2026 and the first day of 2026, we would talk about what we're leaving in 2025. So, six things, I have six things that we need to leave in dating in 2025. I'm calling it the over 40 edition. Because I don't know what the 30-year-olds and the 20-year-olds are doing. I am way past that. But let's talk about the over 40 edition. Some of the things that I, Toshiba, humbly believe we need to be leaving in 2025. We did something similar at the beginning of 2025, talk about things that we were not going to talk about on the show in 2025. And we were very good of not talking about any of those things we said we were going to talk about. So
Right.
this list is a little bit for myself and for all the ladies and gentlemen out there. I'm going to give my thoughts. Twins will give his thoughts. We'll kind of go back and forth. So I think I'll start with number one on my list
Ladies
of
first.
what we're leaving in dating in 2025. The saying of, or the belief that there's someone for everyone.
Mm,
No, there's someone for people who qualify. There isn't someone for everyone. And I think that the reality, if there was, more of us would be married, right? If there really was someone for everyone, more of us would be married, but that is not the reality. And I know sometimes it sounds good, that narrative, to say, but there's someone for everyone, and if I just hold on, that person is for me. Do you qualify for your someone? That's what we talk about all the time. So I want that idea to get out of out of 2026, and you need to start qualifying for the person you want. We talk about it all the time. What does the person you desire want? Are you that person? And if you are that person, then you have to put yourself in a position to meet the type of man or woman that you want. So that is my number one.
mm. Before I go to my number one, I'd just like to say this to throw it out there. The statement that there's someone for everyone. What's a possibility that someone for everyone, you might have just missed your opportunity for that one.
Ooh, you ain't wrong about that.
Just think about it. Maybe you might have met the number one already and you kind of
That
missed
ain't wrong.
because it said there's one for everyone. It didn't say it's multiple people for everyone, right?
Mm,
So just something to think about. Not a shot towards you or anybody else, but I think at one point, I think we all might have missed out on the one that was supposed to be one for us. But anyway,
listen, you're not wrong. I'll take it.
so I'm gonna go with my number one. What I have here, um, I would say the must-have checklist,
Okay.
meaning that oh, she got to be this, got no kids or one kid or this, she got her own stuff, and maybe we need to not saying still have some type of list or type of standard, but not so much fully focus on it. I would say focus on the most important things to you that are non-negotiables.
Mm.
All have a whole bunch of things like, oh, she can't do this or he can't do this or whatever it may be for you know, he gotta be 6'5", 6'6", 6'10", whatever.
Ah,
I'm
ah.
just
I
throwing
feel,
out just throwing out
sorry.
there. Maybe now, what I mean? We just have to have a glass half full. I mean, you just never know. Maybe just change the standard from maybe 6'2", 6'3".
Ah! I
Feel it.
feel the shade. I feel attacked. I feel attacked. Go on. Sorry, twins. I feel attacked. But continue.
I'm sorry, it's not put nothing personal. I'm just
I
telling
feel
you, you know what I'm saying? So fellas, if you have kids already and she may have one or two, give her some grace.
attacked.
You can't ask for something and you got two of your own, so you gotta have a little bit of grace, but have some standard. But I'll stop for now because I think when I have something up's gonna kind of go back into my first one, so I'll stop for now.
Okay. Well, I do feel attacked. Okay. This actually goes into a little bit of what you were just saying. So, my number two is what we need to leave in dating in 2025 is shaming people for their preferences. I am so sick and tired of people being shamed for their preferences. Preferences aren't disrespectful, they are honest. It is very honest if somebody says they prefer somebody of a certain body type, of a certain income status, of a certain education status, of just a certain stature, whatever it is might be. If someone says their preference and if you don't fit their preference, stop getting upset about not fitting someone's preference. It's their preference and they're allowed to have their preference. If a man only prefers to date light skinned, slim, thick women and you're a dark skinned, thicker woman, why are you getting mad at that man for his preference? You move on. You move on. If a woman prefers to date men of a certain income status and you're not that income status, don't try to shame her. You move on. That woman's not for you. So the especially getting in battles in social media about people's preferences, please, like, stop it.
Okay.
Enough.
All right. And Lynn, I just want to say that we didn't really go over our list. So this
We
is
did not.
first time hearing our list, first time hearing my list. It's just how we do our things right here. It's not pre-planned. We have the topic, and then we come with information, then we go. So my number 2 on my list that I have here um, is chasing the unavailable.
Ooh,
And when I mean
child.
unavailable, you know what I'm saying? When I say chase the people who want you back in return.
That part.
So if I send you a good morning message or how you doing, how's your day, or what's going on, any plans for the day, and I don't hear from you, I send that maybe let's say 10 o'clock a.m., but I don't hear nothing from you from 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock later in the day. Trust me, she's not involved. She's not interested, or vice versa. The guys, or you know what I'm saying. If chase who wanted you to chase, if I got you on the back burner or taking forever, they're not interested. Which is fine. Just, you know what? You shoot your shot, you keep it moving. But if that person don't get back to you right away, like, hey, good morning, then boop, good morning. Okay, she's tapped in or he's tapped in. So stop chasing the unavailable. Pursue the people who's
All
pursuing.
of that. All of that. Sorry to cut you, but like, I felt that one to my very core, and I have a story to tell about that. So,
What?
I always have a story. I be telling my business. So I was talking to this guy very recently. Things were going very well. We were getting to know each other, long nights on the phone. And I mean, long nights. Like at the end of the night, we were spending like 3 hours on the phone, falling asleep, all of that stuff. And then he just vampire faded. Like it went from like all the time texting to like vampire fading. So I listen, I match people's energy. So that's the one thing I'm gonna say. I'm gonna match your energy. If I what Twin just said, if I'm texting you good morning and I don't hear from you 2 mornings in a row, I'm gonna fall back and done. Right? So I could see he fell back, so I fell back. Well, me on the train the other day, where was I? I'm gonna tell you what day it happened. Because I was out. I was out, and all of a sudden I get a text from him telling me he had been thinking about me and he apologizes. He had some stuff going on, and and he just, one day turned into another day, turned into another day, and then he looked up and it had been like weeks or a month since we'd last spoken, right? I'm like, okay. But I left such a impact on him. Like he literally, and he's got two different phone numbers, and he texts me from both. Like he texts me on one on my phone, and then he WhatsApp me on the other number. And what is funny, because I purge my phone before the new year. So the day before, I had just deleted his number. But because I didn't delete the message thread, I knew exactly who it was because I could go back to the message thread and go, oh, this is this person. But I just purged my phone. So he goes through all that, and I'm like, oh, nice to hear from you. I hope things are well. I was asking him about his dad and a couple of things. Then he went into the fact that um, I'm not trying to give too much, but he went into the fact that he was having certain desires, and he felt that I was the only woman who could fulfill those desires, and he was willing to fly out because none of my men live here. So he was willing to fly out from where he lived to where I live in Toronto for me to help him fulfill those desires. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? I said, I'm going to respectfully decline. And I said, my rule. Like we've talked about this. I don't have sex with men I'm not in a relationship with. We're not in a relationship. You ghosted me and vampire faded for weeks up to a month, and now you're telling me that I am the woman that you desire so much that needs to itch. And listen, this man can get pum pum from anywhere. I don't date louses. Like, this is a good looking, well established. He got shit going on. But if you thought you were gonna come back into my life and I'm like, yes, oh my God, you're reaching out to me. I miss you so much. Absolutely, you can fly into Toronto and meet me in a hotel, and I was gonna jump on your dick. Like, no, it was. I said it's a negative. But then he apologized about that and then asked me for a second chance and said, I know I have to rebuild your trust. And I was like, that.
Then what?
I'm waiting for him to rebuild my trust.
So I'm asking
It
this.
was like 2 days ago.
Okay, there. That's what I was getting at. So
Yeah, it's like 2 days ago.
so from that conversation from 2 days, you still haven't heard from him.
No, he texts me. We've talked. We talked on the phone. He texts me
Oh,
like we were texting yesterday. He texted me the whole good morning. He was checking on me, all of that stuff. But it's gonna. He was thinking about flying out this weekend, not for sex because he knew that wasn't gonna happen. Um, but listen, I'm all about giving people a second chance. I don't believe in a third. So I'm all about giving a second chance. But he also, it was his words, not mine. He was like, I understand that coming back, I'm going to have to rebuild your trust. And here's the thing about it is I think you understand that when people understand that they've messed up, it is on them. It is on them to show up and prove. It isn't for you to tap dance around them. So do you think I'm waking up every morning and saying good morning? No. I'm not waking up every morning and say good morning. I'm waiting for him to do that. And if you don't, I'm gonna match your energy. Because at the end of the day, you are getting so much of me. You come back into my life because you're thinking about me. Then in the same breath you're talking about you want to come in and basically smash my cheeks. Then I say no. Then you say, well, I'm going to rebuild your trust. Basically, so you can still smash my cheeks. I know where this is going. But at the end of the day, you know my rule. I do not have sex with men I'm not in a relationship with. So, and I don't, he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke. I don't smoke, and I'm completely off the liquor. So there's never ever going to be a night where we're like hanging out and we're so drunk that we fall into each other's bed. We're both going to be cognizant of what happens. And if you think I am that woman that you had to reach out to me because I give it to people. It takes a lot to reach out to someone after you've kind of vampire faded to be like, hey. And he gave me that, hey, I'm just checking if I'm interrupting anything right now. Like if there's a basically another man in his spot right now. And I was like, we stopped talking a month ago. like, I think I'm great. But I don't think I'm that great. Like within a month, somebody's gonna come and just take up all my time and energy. I'm not even like that. But anyway, so I just thought because I tell you guys my business, I thought that was a funny story.
well, I'll say this. Usually around the holiday season, this is the opportunity of people to slide back in people's phone numbers, text messages, DM, whatever it may be. Hit them with the hey, happy holidays, hope all's well, tell your mom, blah blah blah, and then based on the response, we'll let you know how you can move forward. But anyway, yeah. So it makes
No,
sense.
you ain't wrong. I mean, you ain't wrong. It's the new year. It's the whatever's going on. God bless him. I mean, he ended up telling me what was going on, why, and what he had on his plate. And then he actually, as in the middle of it, he was like, I really could have honestly just told you all of this, but because I'm not a man of vulnerability, like it was a lot for me. And now I'm telling you anyways. And when he told me what it was, I had a solution for what the problem was immediately. And he was like, I knew you would have a solution for what. I'm like, I have a solution for a lot of problems, right? I'm well versed. I know what's going on. And he's like, I think I'm stupid now because I could have just told you, but then I put this strain between us because maybe he could have been smashing my cheeks if that was the case, right? Because he would have done all the right things, but no, no, now you have to rebuild my trust. But I digress. I think it's my turn. Is it my turn to say what it is my turn? I was just up there telling my business. Um, so here is listen. This one we know I talk about all the time. If you've been watching this show for a long period of time, and I know Twins has, I have said this over and over again. So, something to leave in 2025 in dating is confusing attention with intention. And I repeat, confusing attention with intention. Just because you give someone access to you doesn't mean they're interested in you.
Question. So
Mm?
out of that statement or whatever, the main thing you're saying, what part of that are you leaving in 2025?
The confusing the attention with intention.
Confusion. Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Get clarity.
Yeah.
Go.
Right. And
Right.
I think, and I think and I think I want to speak mostly to the women here, because I think from men, you guys don't get that same level of attention. It doesn't even matter. Like, you could be the 6'9" ball player, all of that. You still cannot beat a quote unquote, as the new kids call it, baddies. I'm like, a woman is always, it does not matter. We're just disproportionately are going to get more attention than men do. And often, what is happening now, especially in this new social media age, is a lot of women are thinking just because a man is giving me attention means that I have all of these options. False, false, false. Once you give a man access to you, because a lot of the times we take the attention, and now the attention leads to a man getting access to me. And then I mistake the fact that I've now given him access to me, that he's interested in me. No, I gave him access to me. And access could be whether he wants to take me out on a date, whatever. But that access generally leads to sexual pleasure. Story I just told you, right? The moment, take sex off the table, ladies, and see what happens. This is straight for my ladies, and this is almost like a pre-dating tip for 2026. Take sex off the table and see what happens. Is that man still interested in pursuing you? I could say the same thing for men. Take money off the table and see what happens, right? Because they'll be like, she's so unfair. She's only da la la la. I'm gonna give it both to men and women. If a woman takes money, if a woman takes sex off the table, and a man takes money off the table, and you just spend time getting to know each other, what will happen? And I think a lot, I'm going to go back to the women. A lot of us think that that attention is going to somehow turn around and become a relationship. False. Access isn't interest. It's just that now I have access to you. So that's my number three.
Okay. All right. Makes sense. I agree. And also, one other thing before I go to my third one, the two screens that you see before the show started, you see,
Yeah.
well, one screen is for YouTube and the other one's for IG. Think about
Oh
it. Yeah.
shit! So maybe that's why now on IG it looks like it does. It's not the same screen.
Yeah, that's why I was trying.
Okay, we're gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah. But anyway, back to the main thing.
Now I'm gonna try to see if I can figure it out. Can you still see me?
I still see, but don't mess that up. Hold on, let me see that.
Okay.
But anyway, all right. So the third one is what I have is leave behind connections that drains your energy and don't add to your well being. I'll say that again for the people in the back, far left and back far right. Leave behind connections that drains your energy and don't add your well being.
This is
Or
the tambourine hands. Tambourine.
so those, ladies or friendships or guys, whatever it may be that you're talking to and you're constantly pouring into them or let's do this or go out here, XYZ, but it's one sided. Meaning it's kind of like my
Wow.
second thing, but same thing, one sided. Where is that they have no problem with, hey, yes, you can take me out, yes, to that, and then but there's nothing comes out of it. And I'm not just saying sex comes out of it. Nothing. There's nothing. There's no, hey, what are you doing? I want to treat you or cook for you or do this or maybe because you treat me so nice, I'm gonna give you a massage or whatever it may be. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? But leave those behind. When you feel like you're just being one drain, let it go. Doesn't matter. And fellas, we have to stop acting like we are. I can't. I don't know how to say this, but you're so much invested into something where you're obligated to send them back in return. So
Mm,
if you're leaving with that mentality, then you're not really looking for a wife. You're more likely looking for, a prostitute or somebody. You paying for the service.
that part.
So let's stop. Let's stop trying to feel entitled. Like, man, I borrowed this, about that, about this. Just be sure before you start doing those things that you don't worry about or you don't care. If y'all start talking right now, or you want to ask for your shit back,
Mm,
no. If the answer is no, then you're good. If the answer is yes, you need to stop right now.
that
If you're
part.
that person, yeah, if you're that type of person where you get mad, you want all your stuff back, stop right now.
That part.
But anyway, but that's my number three.
And that crap is weird as hell. Like, it's one thing if we end and I pack up stuff and I give them back to you because I don't want those memories in my home. Because that happens, right? Like, you may not want certain memories, and you're just like, you know what? I want to give you this back because I just don't want the memories in my home. But if you break up with someone or they break up with you and you're like, I want this, and you like have an itemized list of what you've given them, like, what are we talking about? Because I am not even keeping score. I can't even begin to think about the things I gave my ex in our last relationship. There was a lot, and I can't even be like, oh,
Right.
this. Like, you were not in a relationship. That was not a relationship, because that is some BS. I digress. Oh, this one. So again, things to leave in 2025 in dating. Ladies, I know you guys hear this on the internet, and you hear it on the podcast, and you hear it at all of the men who are pandering to us. And it is, and I quote, if he wanted you, he would. No. If he wanted you, you'd know.
Say that again.
So, what we're leaving in 2025 is the whole idea of, if he wanted you, he would. What we're bringing in 2026 is, if he wanted you, you know. When a man wants a woman, like twins always said, there is nothing he will not do. He will run through walls, fires. He will take off his shirt and put it on a puddle so you do not have to step on it. You can step over that puddle. That man will use his shirt and put it over your head so you don't get rained upon. Like, that man, you don't have to guess when a man wants you. So when people start saying, if you wanted you, he would, he doesn't want you. That's why he's not. Stop fooling yourself. Like, stop fooling yourself into this. And this is when you move on. And this is a bonus one, and I just mentioned it when I was telling you my story. You need to match energies. A lot of us are giving, and people are taking, and then you're like, I'm so depleted. Why are men this way, or why are women this way? I just don't understand why there aren't any good men or any good women out there. Well, you kept giving a lot of yourself to the wrong ones. You need to match energy. Listen, I am a big match energy type of person. You give me great energy, I'm going to give you even better energy. You give me foul energy, you can go fuck yourself. Okay? Like, I will take it to the depths of hell. I'm a Scorpio and a Jamaican. Okay? So I am not about to be the person who is sending you good morning, good evening. Did you eat king? And you haven't responded to not one of my text messages, but I'm asking you, hey, king, did you eat? Is everything okay with you? Tell me about your troubles, when you are giving me silence. I don't play those games. But if you are invested in me, I'm going to be invested in you. But if you are disinterested in me, I'm not getting, you're getting nothing from me. So we need to stop this idea of, just because we want that person, thinking that, hey, you know what, if I just show them a little bit more, if I just give them a little bit. No. Because you know what? They're giving to the person they really want. That person they really want doesn't have to ask them for anything. Come
Facts.
on, you see twins, tell the ladies, twins, tell them.
That's a fact. I mean, I'll tell the fellas this. The things she won't do for you, she'll do for somebody that she want. It's just simple
That's
as that.
facts.
Whatever it may be, what she says she won't do or for you, she'll do it for someone else for less. Always remember that.
That is indeed facts. We sure will. The coffee dates that we said we won't go on,
For the right guy,
we will go on coffee dates. We will go for walks in the park. We will go on. I mean, I'll do that just because I like to have fun, but we will go on the monkey bars, the swings. It can be a $10 date that lasts 12 hours. And you got a hot dog and some ice creams and a can of pop. And she will walk with you, talk with you, hike with you at the end of the day because she wants to get to know you. But if she's disinterested and is only going out for the purpose of shit, he asked me, I'll go. That's when you got to spend all that dollars. It's just facts.
right? My turn.
Yes, sir.
All right. So what I have next is we're gonna go ahead and leave victim mentality behind for 2025 because 2026 is new stuff.
This
And
is us waving goodbye to it, everybody.
exactly. So what I'm saying, you take ownership and stop playing the victim. So I don't want to hear about what your ex did or how he was and XYZ. All have a past. I think if we all live in our past of past relationship, I don't think nobody will be able to move forward in their relationship going forward.
That
Take
part.
experience, knowledge with it, but leave behind. No one want to hear about, oh, he ain't this, ain't that. It'd be the worst one. I said, a little vent here. It'd be the females who say they can't stand their ex, whatever, but they gave them the ultimate prize and
A
wasn't able.
child.
Exactly. I said, I don't want to hear that because you had your
A
leg
child.
and get some person a child. And then on top of that, you had 9 months to think about that decision. So I don't want to hear none of that about because of XYZ. You allowed it, you wanted it. Let's keep it moving. And I'm talking to all the people who had the choice. Okay.
Which is most of us.
So
Okay, like it, which is most of us.
I'm gonna leave that victim mentality behind, and I ain't trying to hear none of that. Matter of fact, you start talking about I'm just gonna turn you off
You should.
because what you gonna do when if me you start talking, then we complain about me. Oh, he this, he that. Maybe it's not me. Maybe it's not the men. Maybe it's just you. Anyway, I'm done. That's it. Your turn.
I'm gonna add to that because here's what bothers me. Here's what bothers me. As a mother, I'm gonna tell you, childbirth was the most strenuous thing my body ever has gone through.
Facts.
And I have worked out, lifted all kinds of weights, you know, bench pressing 300 pounds. I've broken a finger. I have twisted my ankle. I have done all kinds of things. But pushing a baby out of my patty patty woo-ha, yes, we're bringing that back in 2026, out of my patty patty woo-ha was the most strenuous, shocking thing my body ever has gone through. So I need women who have done that for one man, two men, three men, more men
Mm.
to stop talking about how bad those men are. When you decided to put your butt, women die in childbirth.
Preach.
Women rip things. I got cut. This is yeah, I like telling my they took a scissor and cut me and had to sew me back up because my baby was coming out like this. And there was nothing they could do. So they said, we got to get her out. So snip, snip. And I had to bathe in salt water solutions and all kinds of things for weeks as my body healed. So what I'm not going to sit around and do is sit on Beyonce and Blue Ivy's platform and talk about how bad my daughter's father is after I put myself through the most strenuous thing to give him a child. I gifted him. A child is a gift that you give to a person. So it's like, I just don't understand this idea that you kept gifting. You notice I only have what people when I say I have a child, that means there is one person, which means that there's one man that this one grown person now belongs to. I didn't keep doing it. for multiple men and putting my body through. Forget the weight change and the fluctuations and the stretch marks. Ain't nobody talking about that. Childbirth can literally kill you. And you do that for one man, two man, three man, more man, but all of them are the problem. Stop this. Stop it. Stop it. I'm with twins. I don't want to hear. I don't want to be on Beyonce's internet and hear no more of that because you before and for the women who are always talking about well, I don't do abortions. There are 365 million forms of birth control. There's all of these things you can do before you ever have to go to anybody's clinic. Abortion is not the only option.
Come on now.
Okay? It's not the only one. There's all of these different things that you can do before abortion even becomes an
Yeah.
option. So
Mhm.
like we need to stop it. Like thank you, Chin. Sorry, I went on my because I've just had enough. I've had enough. But we digress. Okay. So my number five thing to leave in 2025 is expecting relationship benefits without relationship responsibilities. If there's no title, no effort, there should be no perks. And let me elaborate. So, there are a lot of people who feel that in the dating or talking phase, that a man or a woman is obligated because they now given them access. Okay, I'm just going to speak as a woman in the dating or talking phase, I don't want to hear women saying that they're expecting a man to pay a bill for them. Excuse me, what? You're not in a relate like there's no title. Why would he pay your title? Okay? You guys are exploring the option of being together. When you're exploring job opportunities, when you're out there and you are interviewing for jobs, okay? And then when you get multiple offers, so you have the three offers sitting in front of you, do you think each of them are giving you benefits until you sign on the dotted line and you are officially there? No. And even then, my job, it took me 3 months to get my benefits. I know about yours, twins, but it took me 90 days
Yeah.
before I got to be able to go to the dentist and get that 100% benefit. I go to the dentist every 4 months now because of my benefits from work, but I had to work and prove and show to them that I was worthy to invest. So, this idea that just giving a person access to you means that they should give you everything. No, ladies, no, no, no. Mm-mm. He should not be paying a bill. And the funny thing is, I'm hearing men talk about that so much that I'm starting to be like, what the hell? Where men in dating profiles are saying, I'm not a sugar daddy, I'm not going to pay your bills. Like, I'm like, whoa, whoa, is this what is happening? That people are asking for bills to be paid?
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah. I
They,
have few,
they're really asking you to pay a bill?
yeah, few conversations when I was on the apps. They be talking about bills, or they'll have the what's wrong with you? Oh, I'm a little stressed. So what's stress about? You know what I'm saying? Oh, my cell phone about to get cut off. Oh, okay. I know what that means. Like you don't
But
gotta
what?
just because you didn't come out and say I need you to pay my cell phone bill. Talking about it and hinting about it just lets me know. Like, come on, we all grown. But yeah,
So what would they do if there wasn't a man? Would they not just pay their cell phone? Like I'm just confused.
I mean, what they'll do is they'll call out one friend who offer them $40 for about for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then I got there a few times. Then they get what they want, you know. But y'all
Not 20 and $40. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
one thing about you ladies, y'all have it, yeah, you have it
I'm
good because what one dude won't do, another simp dude will. I'm pretty sure you have dudes talk about, I would drink your bathwater. There's dudes out there like that. You're laughing because you know I'm right. There's dudes out there that simp so hard for females. They'll say the no dude is saying the craziest things. They feeling for a woman, and that's why women are so comfortable when they talk to dudes. That's every dude for money. Oh, you can do it for me. Don't worry about it. Another fool will. which is true. So I'm not mad at y'all for the hustle. I'm not mad at y'all at all. It is part of the game, but I'm not going to entertain it though.
Yeah, that sounds very low vibrational to me. I don't know. That just sounds like a woman who's operating on a very low vibration. But that's just me. I have never in my life ask the man to sigh, pay a phone bill, pay, like I just it's not even a game I could play because I'd be way too embarrassed. First of all, to be think that's a thing. Like if that's a thing. Like I want somebody who willingly wants to do for me, not because I'm sighing or like it's not a flex, it's not cute, but I digress. Is it back to me?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so this is my last one. Okay, so again, things we're leaving in dating in 2025. The idea of just going with the flow. We're adults, not water. Okay, I don't flow. I don't flow. We're over 40. Again, this is the over 40 edition. We are over 40. When you're over 40, there's why are we talking about let's just go with the flow? Let's just see how things are. You're either coming into this thing intentional or you're not. And if you're not coming in intentional, cool, keep it moving. But ladies, let me tell you something. If he's just going with the flow in January, you're still going to be flowing in November, or he's going to flow on to a woman who told him, I don't go with the flow, you better come correct.
No lies detected.
That part. Twins, your number six thing we're leaving in 2025.
Let's see here. This one's like more of a combination, but it's like a two in one.
I'm
But
ready.
so I'm just gonna read both out. Complaining without acting, stop
Mm-hmm.
without taking steps to change the situation, and then ignore boundaries. Stop setting them if you don't intend to uphold them.
Ooh.
So you can say, saying, "Oh, I'm not doing this, not doing that," but then you say the right thing, do the right thing, and guess what? You're doing it. So those are things that we're leaving in 2025.
We gotta go to that. We gotta go to that boundary one because you know how I feel about that. First of all, let's get some boundaries. Let's just first start with, can we get some boundaries? That there is, if I listen, twins and I were talking about this um earlier, and I was saying, listen, I understand that as a 46-year-old woman, I have seen dating in in very different eras, right? Like I have technically been dating for 30 years. I've been in dating, I've been married, I've been engaged. Like I have been interacting with the male species in a romantic way now for 30 years, 3 decades. So I have seen a gamut of things, and there are absolutely some things I wish we could go back to back in the 90s and the 2000s. But the reality is, we are now the first day of 2026, and there are certain things that are not just they're not going to come back, no matter how much I wish for them. But the one thing that has remained is the fact that when people have boundaries and standards, and if you have standards, you have to stand on them. When you have boundaries, you have to stick to them. And ladies, I know it's difficult because here comes Mr. Handsome, right? Mr. He looks great on paper, Mr. Money Man, Mr. Smooth Talker, Mr. If I just give him, he'll give me. If I just show him, he'll show me. Again, twins is a man, and he tells us all the time. A man will do for the woman he truly wants. Going back to one of my rules, if he wanted to, he would. If he wanted you, you would know. And so your boundaries aren't the problem. That man wasn't going to stick to your boundaries regardless if he wanted you or not. He's just not in that place. And some men are just not in that place where you are. Some men, doesn't matter how old they are, that man could have been coming out of a divorce. That man could be widow. He could have come out of a long-term relationship. There's all these things. And he meets you and he's just not ready, sis. It doesn't matter how you show up. It doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter any of that. He's in his season. We had Mike Speaks on here the other day, and he told you he had two whole seasons, okay? After his divorce, he had to go through what he had to go through to get to where he is. And it does not matter, ladies, what we do, how we show up, spinning on our head top, putting on the lingerie, cooking, cleaning, all of those different things. If that man is not ready for this season with you, nothing you can do. And so changing your boundaries isn't going to help. Me telling a man I don't have sex until I'm in a relationship and then having sex before the relationship tells me that boundary isn't a boundary. No, but it's a boundary. And if I have to lose, just like my boundary of not having children, having any more children after my daughter, I've spoken on that show, Twins. I told you in my speech, as hard as some people thought that was, it was the easiest decision I had ever made. And I knew that sticking to that, I could have been married right now, living well, by the way, with maybe one or two other children, with my well-established husband. That is not, I didn't want the children. I didn't want them. I did not want them. And I made a decision, as hard as it was, for from 21 until my eggs were no longer able to have children. I stuck with that. It was a boundary and I stuck with that, even if it meant that I lost in the game of dating. I won in the game of my life. For my life, for what I wanted, for what I needed, for the life I saw for myself. It didn't include multiple children with multiple men. It did not. So, I'm going on a little bit of a soapbox, but I really want the ladies to understand as we go into 2026, and again, this over 40 edition, if you've got the boundaries, the man who will step up to them is the man you need to pay attention to. And you put them out right away. And I put up, listen, I like to fail fast. I tell people right away, it ain't gonna happen, Captain. So if that's what you if that's what you want to do, God bless you. You can fly out here, you can fly me there, we can meet in the middle, we can whatever. That's just, it's not where I'm at. And if it's not for you, God bless you. I feel you. Like, I feel you. There Jackie down the street is willing to give it to you for Ruth Chris. I can buy Ruth Chris on my own. Jackie maybe can't. Sorry to the Jackies, but maybe Jackie can't. And so she needs you. I don't need you to give me the life that I can give myself. There are certain intrinsic things that I'm looking for a man that have nothing to do with what he can provide for me financially. But I digress. We move on. So that was a lot. That was a lot. What are you looking forward to in 2026, Twins? In dating, in life, and what excites you?
For 2026, what I'm looking for, it's not really that I have these New Year goal resolution, but it's just like, definitely respect, appreciation.
Yeah.
Definitely be the two main things. I mean, more, but those definitely are I'm looking for when it comes to the relationship part. Appreciation and respect. And
Mm,
those can go down a rabbit hole. It seems like two things, but respect and appreciation is a lot. But some people think they can do it until they're put in a predicament, and then they can't. If that makes sense. So, as far as that go in a relationship, that's what I'm shooting for. But a lot of things I like to kind of keep to myself right now because you don't want to mess up your blessing by saying it to
that
her.
part.
So I like to move in silence. But
Amen.
things start happening, you'll know because we talk all the time, online and offline.
We do. We do. And I just be spilling my business. So I love the fact that you have those two words. I'm the same way. I don't do New Year's resolution because I think I've said on the show my New Year starts at my birthday, which was in November.
Mm.
But following you a little bit in terms of two words that I would want to look at in 2026, it would be intentionality and commitment. Those are big for me. Intentionality is, I talk about it all the time, but through words and through actions. The same rules I gave to the ladies, and I'm giving to myself, right? No access to me if there's no intentionality. I'm all about, again, meeting energy, and I'm looking for commitment. I want someone who's serious about commitment, who understands what commitment looks like, who craves commitment, who misses the idea of being in a relationship, who loves the idea of being in a relationship, and wants to be in a relationship with the right woman for the next chapter of their life. And I think for me, it's like 2026 represents a new chapter, like a truly a new chapter. I feel like I have gone through so much since 2022 with the loss of my father, and then the break of my relationship in 2023, then trying to grieve that and starting over in 2023, 2024, then losing my stepdad in 2025. It was just like, so now I'm in a place where I'm like, you know what, girl, it is time for a new chapter in life and in love. So I'm actually excited about what 2026 will bring. I got my future me. So I don't know if people, I've told you about this before, but there's a website called futureme.org that you can write a future letter to yourself. And I actually I got my letter. I was on the train headed to a hair appointment, and I got my letter. Now, actually, apparently they want to charge you for it. And I don't like something that was free and then tried to charge me. So I just wrote my letter and schedule sent it to myself. You can actually schedule send stuff to yourself, people, if you don't know. Go into your email, you can schedule send it, and it will show up whatever date you want. I do it all the time for work. So instead of paying the website, I just schedule send um, an email to myself for January 1st, 2027. So I am really looking forward to a new chapter of 2026. I'm excited to see what 2026 brings. I think it's going to be great, positive in life, in work. But it's also about switching your mindset. I really want to talk about, so that would be my dating tip as we're getting ready to sign off. So my dating tip for the first show of the new year and season 9 would be: change your mindset, change your life. You cannot bring the old mindset into a new situation and think that it's going to work out. Whatever was in 2025, leave it in 2025. If you are looking for intentionality, if you are looking for love, if you're looking for commitment, if you're looking for a new relationship, if you're looking for even a new job, whatever it is that you're looking for, you have to leave that old mentality that maybe had you stuck and really change your mindset. A lot of the things that we say, they will actually actualize, especially when they're negative, because you can feel that negativity in your mind, in your body, in your spirit, in all of this. So if you're looking for something new, you've got to change your mindset to get that something new, and really look at it as an opportunity to start over. It's new, it's fresh. I think, listen, I'm excited for 2026, and I hope you guys will be as well. What is your dating tip, relationship tip, twins?
This will go for both men and women. I would just say this: if you can't do it for yourself, don't expect someone else to do it for you. Say that again. If you cannot do it for yourself, don't expect someone to do it for you. I mean, you can take that any way you want to take that, straight to the point, but just use that basic logic. You can't answer something that you can't do yourself, and don't expect them to do it because you can't do it for yourself. But anyway, that's it. Right to the point.
Woo, child! I want to clip that one. That's gonna piss a lot of people off. Before we go, I'm gonna have to harp on that one for a second. That one right there is a lot of what I'm hearing from men in dating, is the expectation that these women they're meeting are putting on them to do things that they themselves cannot do for themselves. Ladies, if you can't afford to fly your own self to Miami, because I know Americans, they when they say I travel, where you been? Miami. So we're just gonna use Miami. If you can't afford to pick up yourself and fly yourself to Miami, don't expect them to do it. If you can't go to that 5-star restaurant with just your girlfriends, you and your girlfriends go and you guys can split the bill evenly and have all the stuff that you want, don't expect them to do it. You should not have expectation on other people's money. Now, is it wonderful? Is it wonderful when we meet a gentleman and he is a quarter and he's able to do that? Yet, but it's the to me, it's the expectation that I am when I'm listening to men, they're telling me, Toshiba, I don't have an issue doing it. It's the expectation, like the gall to expect me to do it when I know she can't actually do that for herself. When women say they want to travel, where have you been? And it's like the next state over because they got on a train or in their car, but they haven't really traveled, or it's been 2 years since they got on a plane. If a guy told me how many places have you been to in 2025, I can name six of them that I had to get on a flight to get to. That most of them I paid for myself. Most, not all. What are you planning in 2026? I can name it because these are things that I'm regularly doing. So yes, a man wants to add to that. He doesn't want to detract from that. But if you've never been anywhere, you're just getting your passport this year talking about, I like to travel where? You travel down to the passport office? It's like, where'd you travel to? You just
Message.
got a passport. You just got a passport. You talk about I like to travel. Girl, bye. But I digress.
No stamps.
No stamps.
Yeah, I'm seeing stamps. Oh, kind of clear. What is stamps at? Oh, this is brand new. This is fresh. Which, like, oh, you mean to say you want to travel locally? Got it, got it. So don't mix locally with international. That's a big difference of travel. That's travel, not just travel. I
Do you
digress.
know some people didn't know that they needed a passport to come to Canada?
Um, unless it changed, I mean, you can drive over.
You cannot.
They changed it.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
And since
It,
9/11,
it
you
been a
have needed a passport. Now you guys have the enhanced driver's license. Is that what it's
yeah,
called?
yep, starting
Yes. So I think for the enhanced driver's license, maybe I think maybe you can now use the enhanced driver's license. But Canada is an entirely different country. Some people are like, "Oh, I just can't." No, you need a passport to come to Canada, like Canada, because you can't have any criminal records. Like there's a whole list of things because they have to do a background check on you, and all of that's in your passport. So no, yeah, that's how I weed a lot of men out is the fact that they don't have passports or they say to me, I can't get a passport. I'm like, and the background detector determines you were a criminal.
and then
I
on
can't
top of
date you.
that, like you said before, you're not qualified for you.
Thank you. I don't date criminals. So thank you, sir. But I actually had one guy. He was just
You
like,
do though.
but I can fly you out to fly. You're a criminal, sir. Like you just admitted you can't get a passport to come to my country where I feel safe, and you think I'm gonna feel safe? You flying me to you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, you're a criminal. I don't date. I know everybody has a pass, but mine does not include criminals. So sorry, you can't get a passport. That's already for me because it just says there's something in your background where the U.S. government says no, you need to stay your ass here. Like, you
Yeah,
don't.
you can't go nowhere. You have to stay here.
You can't go nowhere. So that's a trick, ladies. And also, how is that man going to tell me I'm the most beautiful woman in the world if he ain't been nowhere? Okay, where you been, sir? What other women have you seen? Okay, in what other countries? How do
He
you know I'm beautiful? Where you
yeah,
been?
social media. Everybody uses social media. So he probably, oh yeah, on social media, yeah, you the best I've seen ever. Mm-hmm.
Where you been? You been to Brazil? You been to Panama? You been to Jamaica? Like real Jamaica? Okay, where you been? Where do you where what? Give me two or three countries at least that you've been to, so you can tell me I'm the most beautiful woman you've ever seen.
They've been to Queens, Jamaica. You know what I'm saying?
I've been to Queens, Jamaica. Like, give me some countries, because we're not about to just be believing your chocolate and caramel covered lies in 2026, ladies. That's my last thing. No chocolate and caramel covered lies in 2026. Stop falling for them. But we digress. That is it, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We are so excited to
Mhm.
be in a new season. Like we're saying, this season is about no delusions. We're cutting out all the delusions and we're coming with real things because, again, we're here to change the conversation around Black relationships. watch out for us in 2026. Big things are going to be happening. My daddy says so. Rest in peace, daddy. We will see you next week, everybody. Goodbye. Let's see if this thing will end.